Good afternoon, everyone. Gary J. Russell with you on GJRB online on Spreaker, and I'm testing systems right now. I'm testing, first of all, to make sure everything is sounding good and getting ready because tune in tomorrow live at 2 o'clock Central Time. No, what did I say? Was it 2 or 3? I got to look at my schedule. Anyway, why don't we do 2 o'clock? I'm going to try and make it 2 o'clock. If not, it's at 2 o'clock with a program director's option to go 3. Okay, so it might be that way. Okay, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock tomorrow for tomorrow. 2 or 3 o'clock for Gary J in the afternoon. It'll be all new music, all new artists, a bunch of stuff. We won't go on the air until about 2 or 3. I'm not know exactly how I'm going to set that up. I'm looking at a possibility of 2 o'clock with an option of 3 for tomorrow. Otherwise, all Wednesdays, well, I'll tell you what, I said all Wednesday shows are going to be at 3 o'clock. So, with that in mind, and being that tomorrow I go to the last 7 days, let's do 3 o'clock. Okay, so I'm going to change that announcement on my promos. And Gary J in the afternoon will be on at 3 o'clock. Wednesday programming. Now, I know I said music shows are at 2 o'clock, but when it comes to them falling on Wednesdays, they will also start at 3 o'clock Central Time. So I just wanted to make it a point that that's what I'm going to do. I'm testing everything. I'm testing the system. Want to make sure everything's working correctly. This week on GJRB, it's going to be Gary J in the afternoon tomorrow. I'll have this up and available to you all weekend. And then we're going to be off the air until Friday at 2 o'clock Central Time for Way Out There. We're going to start at 12 o'clock noon. We're going to be on the air at 12 noon with the last 7 days. That'll be the one that's going to be recorded tomorrow, September 14th, 2016 at McDonald's. If that were to get canceled, then that last 7 days will air on GJRB online. Running live will run the one that we have just put up. Now that is the one that is on there available to you now. That is the last 7 days from September 7th. Okay, that's the one you're listening to right now. The last 7 days from September 7th. Okay, that is available to you right now until tomorrow. That will be taken off. Right now you got the last 7 days, and believe it's the most recent church service from September 4th. So those will go off the air tomorrow to make room for Gary J in the afternoon. But those church services and the last 7 days, and what you're listening to right now as a test, is now being available to you on the GJRB TV YouTube channel. So we're just testing this, and I probably won't keep that video of this what we got on now. It'll just temporarily be on there, but we'll probably take it off eventually because things do change. And then the following week, I will be on the air on the 23rd with Bluegrass Jubilee, and the 24th Saturday, 24th September for Radioland. Okay, those are the broadcasts for that week. And then the final week of the month, on the 27th, we're going to be on the air with the Gary Russell program, and that's going to be it's kind of a, even though it's a Tuesday show and normally it'd be tight, we're going to do a freestyle show, completely freestyle. It's no log, nothing. I'm going to try different things for a program log, and I'm going to be doing various things on that show. So it's going to be kind of what they call a special freestyle show. Otherwise, that program will then become a tighter show when I make a program log for it, and that will be coming up. So that'll be coming up within the fall schedule. So just to let you know about that, and be on top of things. So once again, this is a test to make sure that everything is working in the proper order. Okay, making sure that all music is working right and everything is kosher, so to speak. Now, starting in October, we'll be on the air live pretty much on the regular scheduled basis, but I have a new plan ready because I do not know. Now, this is just in case I would decide to get the premium plan. I have to ask him yet whether or not I could take the premium plan for 3 weeks, or the premium plan for that broadcaster for 3 months for $3. Otherwise, I have a feeling I would have to pay $151.74 for a whole year. So I might not get it. In which case, we're going to do it this way. If we're stuck with 15 minutes and only half my space, we're going to do a new plan under our schedule. Now, not saying that the program schedule that I'm going to be talking about next week is going to be on the air. We'll have it on the air, but we're going to have to do things differently when I can only put 1 to 2 shows on my Spreaker public site at a time. If that's the case, programming is going to get changed where I'm going to have surprise programming. And I'm going to space it out within about a couple of weeks. I guess about space it out about each week. It might be a point where I'll only be on maybe once a week, some weeks. And some weeks will be on twice a week, depending on the length. Now, I'll have to change it to where we'll only be on Tuesday and Friday with no Wednesday broadcast, or be on Wednesday and Saturday with no Friday broadcast. Okay, so this is a possibility. This could happen if I don't, or I'm not able to get the premium plan for $3 a month for 3 months. I'm not sure I can do that or not. If there's a Spreaker person listening to this, I don't know, you guys probably listen to these podcasts. I don't know if you do or not, but if you could send me a message in my chat room, I would appreciate it if you would. That's the reason why I thought I'd do this live. Maybe I'd get some answers. I don't know if Spreaker personnel listens to any of the podcasts that come on this thing. If they do, I would love to get a response from this. Can I get the broadcaster plan, the Spreaker broadcaster plan, for $1 a month for 3 months, and that's all? And maybe only pay $3 for 3 months? Or do I have to pay $151.74 for a full year? Is there a choice? Do I get to do that? If I can, then I definitely would like to have 3 months for $3. Would love that. It would be great to be able to broadcast for full 3 months on the air on here for the whole season. That would be my whole broadcast season for 3 months. My whole broadcast season could be 3 hours of programming here on GJRB, which would be absolutely stupendous. I think there was 500 hours, 500 hours, something like that. I'm hoping that that's the case. I would love it if it was possible. So if you could give me a response to that before I get off on this segment. Now, I'm going to go off and send a test tone through the system. Now, I will probably delete it, but it'll probably be sitting there on YouTube for a while. I just do this to test my system to make sure that I'm sounding good, because lately I noticed that when I play back my shows that I'm overmodulated or sound a little bit distorted. I had to bring my microphone up because I also broadcast on my 9-foot FM, and the only headphone source that I have is my radio, and I can hear myself over my radio, but I can't crank it up. Okay, so I have to figure out a way to do this. Now I'm trying to find a different way a different connection, and if I could get a different connection, I might try something different. But as for now, this is all I've got. Now, if I could get the speaker connection, I have this thing rugged. I got it run through a stereo. It's an old receiver. It's got an auxiliary patch on it, but the receiver has a kind of headphone. Receiver, pardon me. This old receiver has the jacks for speakers. The kind with the copper end on. You have to push the button to get it in. I don't know if I could get a two-ended wire that way. Because if I can get a two-ended wire out where I can get output from that side and plug it into the computer's line-in jack, I would do it that way. Only so that maybe I could get a better response, and then I have a jack open that I could plug in my headphones. So, I mean, that's because I do like broadcasting my shows over a FM signal, which only can be heard within a 9-foot radius of where I broadcast from on the FM dial. And it makes me feel like I'm on regular radio, because I've always wanted to do regular radio, which is AM FM. But since I can't, I have the next best thing, and that's one of those pod radios, those little plug jacks that have FM plugging into the headphone jack, and it picks up over the FM. And that's what I'm doing. I'm using a headphone type of, where it plugs into the headphone jack, and it's an FM transmitter, and it only goes like maybe 9 feet. And it's so that maybe people who are traveling in this direction will happen to have the frequency, and I usually pick a frequency that people would happen to accidentally stumble across and be able to hear the show on their radio. And then if I announce that I'm on the internet on Spreaker, it would get me some listeners. That's what the idea is with this transmitter. Maybe people who picked me up locally on the FM would go home or go to their smartphone or to their tablet or iPhone or whatever they have with them, and be able to pick up Spreaker on there and be able to want to listen to more. So that's the whole idea behind that. And that's the only reason why I do FM like that. All right, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do right now. I just wanted to make a mention of that. I'm testing this to see how it's all working out pretty good, and let listeners know that tomorrow, live, 3 o'clock Central, it is Garyj in the afternoon, right here on GJRB online on Spreaker. 3 to 6 p.m. Central Time. 1 to 4 p.m. Pacific, and 4 to 7 p.m. in the East for Garyj in the afternoon, live tomorrow right here on Spreaker. I'm Garyj Wrestling. Thanks for listening, and tune in to GJRB tomorrow and Friday for Garyj in the afternoon tomorrow, way out there Friday. It follows right after the last 7 days at noon Central. That's 12 o'clock News Central. Now, it's going to be a good show. Last 7 days, I'll be talking about this on Way Out There. A new technology has come about. It's called holo teleportation. And I'll be talking about that on Way Out There, Friday afternoon, right here on GJRB. Thanks for listening. I'm Garyj Wrestling.